Today is Friday, April 3rd. Go ahead and find your reading passage animal adaptations. That way we can begin our lesson. Today's objective is students will be able to complete passage animal adaptations. Students will answer questions 1 through 5 with annotations and evidence. Students will complete open-ended response using 3 to 5 sentences. On Wednesday, we reviewed adaptations. The key points for today are about adaptation as well. We will continue to learn about adaptations. Adaptations are changes in a body to fit a location, a behavior or structure that helps an organism survive in its environment. Adaptations can be used for protection, defense, movement, or eating. Adaptations can be a structure or an instinct. A structure is a body part. The body part that I can see from the first picture is the lion's teeth. They're sharp. The function so they can eat meat, they can tear flesh. Number 2, the web feet. The function of the web feet is to swim. Instincts are natural behaviors. A natural behavior that we see in the first picture is the squirrel hibernating. Hibernation is the instinct. The function is to help them survive in the winter, helps them save energy. Second picture is migration. We can see here that these birds are migrating and they migrate to somewhere warmer, a better environment so they can go ahead and find food and they can also reproduce. Another natural behavior will be barking. Barking is a defense mechanism that helps the animal threaten other animals. Another instinct is animals walking. It helps them move throughout their environment a lot easier. Remember that organisms use their adaptations to meet their different needs. Their needs for food, protection, reproduction, water, oxygen, or movement. And in order for us to remember these needs, we say, forget Pancho, remember William O.M. Now we're going to read our passage. While you read, remember to write the main idea of each paragraph. And number 2, circle important words and underline the definition if you see it. Paragraph 1. There are many different types of environments in the world. Animals live in every environment. Some environments are dry and hot. Some are windy and cold. Some environments are arid. Some are humid and wet. To live in the various environments of the world, animals have structures or behaviors that help them survive in their environment. These structures and behaviors are known as adaptations. There are 2 types of adaptations, structural and behavioral. Now go ahead and pause your video and write the main idea. Remember to circle your important keywords. Paragraph 2. A behavioral adaptation is closely related to instinct. One example is bird migration. In many places in the world, birds have adapted behaviorally to understand that they must move to new locations during the winter to survive. The new locations may be warmer and provide food resources. Pause your video, write the main idea, and circle your important words. Paragraph 3. A structural adaptation is physical. An example of a structural adaptation is a woodpecker's beak. It is sturdy and shaped like a chisel. This allows a woodpecker to drill holes in trees. In addition, a woodpecker's skull is spongy and thick. This makes it resistant to shock. Otherwise, the repeated pecking will lead to brain damage. A woodpecker's eyes are also protected by a membrane. This means they cannot pop out of their sockets during drilling. Finally, a woodpecker's tongue is long. The tongue is also barbed and coated in sticky saliva. This specially adapted tongue can capture insects from the holes a woodpecker drills in trees. Therefore, a woodpecker has 4 structural adaptations to help it eat. The adaptations all work together. The adaptations allow woodpeckers to safely drill holes in trees to extract insects. Pause the video, write your main idea, and circle important words. Paragraph 4. Like woodpeckers, most animals have multiple physical adaptations. Some adaptations help animals get food. Other adaptations help them survive weather. Some adaptations help animals escape predators. Adaptations always have a purpose. Most adaptations are a result of the natural environment. Caption reads, a snow rabbit uses an adaptation to blend in and hide during the winter. Pause your video, write the main idea, circle important words. Paragraph 5. Sometimes human civilization can lead to animals physically adapting. A famous example is the peppered moth. Cold and smoke covered England in the 1800s. This was a result of the Industrial Revolution. Soot stained many buildings black. Some tree trunks were even stained black. Most moths in England were spotted white because this helped them blend into their environment. A few of the peppered moths were spotted. The moths were nocturnal and hid on buildings and trees in the daytime. They blended in so birds could not spot them. But their habitats turned from white to black. The white spotted moths could not hide anymore and were eaten by birds. The peppered moth populations that were spotted black not only survived but passed on the trait for black spots. This meant that over time there was an increase in the population size of black spotted peppered moths and less white spotted peppered moths. The moths needed to match their environment to blend in. Decades later, the air finally became clean. Fewer buildings and tree trunks were stained black by soot. Eventually, the white-spotted moth populations began to increase again because of their adaptation. Pause the video, write the main idea, and circle your important words. Paragraph 6. But how do structural adaptations occur? A moth cannot turn from white to black overnight. A bird cannot grow his beak long and become a woodpecker overnight. Structural adaptations are the result of natural selection. The moths who were born with darker color survived longer. The moths with lighter colors did not blend in. They were eaten by birds. Because the darker moths survived, they produced more offspring. This means they passed on their genes. They had offspring which inherited their dark-colored traits. This is how animals with adaptations inherit the traits to survive in an environment. Now pause the video, write the main idea, and circle important words. What's next? Answer your multiple choice questions 1 through 5. Annotate each question and explain why you chose that answer. Remember to write your how do you know. Also, you need to complete the writing prompt using 3 to 5 sentences. Remember to complete your online assignment. Go to General tab and click Assignment April 3rd, Science Reading Passage. Complete it by putting your main idea after each paragraph, answering the questions, and doing your open-ended response, and then submit. If you have any questions, please let me know. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.